Yeah, hi Captain, thanks for calling. Wanted to keep you in the loop that your new edict is 1455 Zulu. All right, have a good flight. Bye.
As a Part 121 airline, we're required to have a dispatcher behind each of our flights. It is not just us as pilots making each flight happen, and there's a whole team that's working behind the scenes to help conduct the flight safely. So I'm outside of Envoy's Systems Operational Control Center, or SOC, to explore the role that dispatch plays on each one of our flights and what you can expect from dispatch regardless of which airline you'll be flying for one day. Usually about 70 to 80 minutes prior to departure time, the dispatcher assigned to your flight will start reviewing weather, alternate requirements, fuel planning, MELs, and any number of things that they compile and then place into the flight release, which is then reviewed by the pilots prior to takeoff. Each dispatcher at Envoy usually handles about 35 to 45 departures within their 10-hour shift. Just like pilots, dispatchers are certified by the FAA. To become a dispatcher, you'll take a series of courses over a few weeks, very similar to ATP training for airline pilots, just without the actual flight training requirements. And at the end, you'll take an FAA written exam which certifies you to become a dispatcher for an airline.
So basically what we have here is this flight from DFW to Aguas Caliente. Had an original routing right here on this white line. ATC has just given us a reroute here to go direct from Waco to San Antonio to save a little bit of time and space things out. And sometimes we'll get that. So we'll get this message over here that says DFW going direct Waco, Neyland 6, San Antonio to Aguas, and that helps space things out for ATC if they need it or in case of weather.
From the moment a flight departs, dispatch is tracking and monitoring that flight all the way to its destination. And beyond normal roles, dispatchers have some pretty unique capabilities when handling things like severe weather coordination, new alternate requirements, or even VIPs on board. And there are three groups that can declare an emergency for a flight: pilots, air traffic control, and dispatch. If they're concerned about the safety of a flight, they can coordinate with air traffic control directly through the airline's operational center to declare an emergency for that airplane.
Hey Captain, this is Todd in Dispatch. Wanted to let you know your plane went in the RGO. We're going to swap you at aircraft 823 for your flight to Baton Rouge.
One of the responsibilities that the captain has is to sign our flight release before we can depart. Signing the release is an acknowledgement between the flight crew and dispatch that we agree on everything that's been planned for the flight. Both the first officer and captain review the full release to make sure that things like alternates that are required have been filed, that our aircraft MELs match what's in our logbook, that fuel planning and route planning has been done properly. There are so many things that we have to check in our dispatch release, and if there's something that we don't agree on or that we would like to make a change to, we can easily contact our dispatcher because their phone number is listed right on the release. One of the most common reasons that a captain might contact dispatch is to increase our fuel load for a flight based on what's already been planned for that flight. There are so many people working simultaneously behind the scenes to conduct a flight safely, and dispatch is one of the most important. I personally think it's one of the coolest jobs that we have at the airline, and if you can't hold a pilot's medical certificate, this is an awesome way to get involved in flight operations.